In 1939, Timely Comics released Marvel Comics #1, introducing characters like the Human Torch and Namor the Submariner, laying the foundation for what would become the Marvel Universe. Over the decades, Marvel has created some of the most unforgettable heroes, villains, and stories that continue to influence pop culture worldwide. Among thousands of issues, a select few stand out as true milestones that changed the course of comic book history. Before we jump into today's countdown, make sure to smash that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to stay updated with all our future videos. Your engagement helps the channel grow and allows us to bring even more incredible stories from the world of Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics #1 introduced the Human Torch and Namor the Submariner, marking their first appearances. Released on August 31, 1939, the issue was created by Al Anders, Carl Burgos, Bill Everett, Paul Gustafson, and Ben Thompson. Published as Timely Comics, it laid the foundation for the Marvel Universe. The stories captured readers with bold characters and imaginative adventures. This comic became a key milestone in superhero storytelling and pop culture. The Human Torch amazed with fiery abilities, engulfing himself in flames and soaring through the skies. Namor the Submariner combined heroism and complexity, ruling Atlantis while clashing with surface dwellers. Their different origins and powers showed the diversity of early Marvel characters. These introductions inspired later stories, crossovers, and rivalries. Marvel Comics #1 remains an important milestone in comic history. Captain America Comics #1 introduced Steve Rogers as Captain America, appearing alongside his sidekick Bucky. Released on March 1, 1941, the issue was written and drawn by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. The comic showed them fighting Axis forces, with the famous cover depicting Captain America punching Hitler. This debut established a patriotic hero who became a symbol during World War II and a cultural icon. The comic boosted Marvel's presence during the Golden Age and inspired countless stories. Captain America showcased peak human strength, agility, and combat skills, enhanced by the super soldier serum. Bucky complemented him with his own training and bravery, supporting missions against enemy forces. Their teamwork and heroism set the tone for Marvel's wartime adventures and storytelling. The characters' impact resonated beyond comics, influencing media and pop culture for decades. Captain America Comics #1 remains a defining milestone in superhero history. Fantastic Four #1 introduced Reed Richards as Mr. Fantastic, Sue Storm as the Invisible Woman, Johnny Storm as the Human Torch, and Ben Grimm as the Thing. Released on November 1, 1961, the issue was written by Stan Lee with art by Jack Kirby. They faced the Mole Man on Monster Isle, becoming Marvel's first family of superheroes. This comic revitalized the superhero genre and launched the Silver Age of Marvel. It also set the stage for characters like Doctor Doom, Black Panther, and Galactus. Mr. Fantastic displayed genius-level intellect and stretching powers, while the Invisible Woman could vanish and form force fields. The Human Torch controlled fire and could fly, and the Thing had immense strength and durability. Their teamwork allowed them to confront threats beyond ordinary heroes. The dynamics and personalities introduced in this issue shaped future Marvel stories. Fantastic Four #1 remains a key milestone in comic history and superhero storytelling. Amazing Fantasy Thor 15 introduced Peter Parker as Spider-Man, marking his first appearance. Released on August 1, 1962, the issue was written by Stan Lee with art by Steve Ditko. The story shows Parker gaining powers after a radioactive spider bite and learning that, with great power comes great responsibility. This comic introduced a teenage hero who would become a global pop culture phenomenon. It influenced generations of readers and inspired numerous adaptations across media. Spider-Man gained agility, strength, and the ability to cling to walls, along with his genius-level intellect for inventing web shooters. His powers allowed him to protect New York while navigating the challenges of adolescence. The combination of relatable struggles and heroic feats set Spider-Man apart from previous heroes. His character became a model for empathy, courage, and responsibility in Marvel stories. Amazing Fantasy Thor 15 remains a landmark comic that reshaped the superhero genre. The Incredible Hulk #1 introduced Dr. Bruce Banner, a scientist who becomes the Hulk after a gamma bomb experiment goes wrong. Released on May 1st, 1962, the issue was written by Stan Lee with art by Jack Kirby. Banner's transformation reflects the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde theme with a modern science fiction twist. This comic established one of Marvel's most enduring characters, a hero struggling with his own condition. It laid the groundwork for stories about identity, rage, and social acceptance. Hulk possesses incredible strength, near invulnerability, and healing abilities, making him a powerful force. Banner's dual nature creates tension between intellect and raw power, shaping his conflicts and alliances. His struggle for control and morality added depth to Marvel storytelling. Hulk became a symbol of inner conflict and resilience in comics. The Incredible Hulk #1 remains a key milestone that influenced generations of readers and creators. Journey into Mystery. 83 introduced Donald Blake and his alter ego, Thor, the God of Thunder. Released on August 1st, 1962, the issue was written by Stan Lee and Larry Lieber, with art by Steve Ditko, Don Heck, and Jack Kirby. Blake becomes Thor by striking a magical staff, gaining divine powers to fight alien invaders. This comic introduced Norse mythology into Marvel and added a mighty hero to its growing roster. Thor's first adventure set the stage for epic battles and legendary tales. Thor wields godlike strength, controls lightning, and flies using his enchanted hammer, Mjolnir. Blake's human identity offers a relatable perspective, balancing immense power with personal challenges. His stories combine heroism, mythology, and moral dilemmas that shaped Marvel's storytelling. Thor quickly became a symbol of courage, honor, and responsibility. Journey into Mystery. 83 remains a classic issue that broadened the scope of the Marvel Universe. Tales of Suspense #39 introduced Tony Stark as Iron Man, marking his debut. Released on March 1st, 1963, the issue was written by Stan Lee and Larry Lieber with art by Gene Colan, Steve Ditko, and Don Heck. Stark is captured in Vietnam and forced to build his first armor, the Mark IV, to escape. This comic introduced a hero combining advanced technology with a billionaire personality. Iron Man's origin influenced Marvel's focus on science, innovation, and responsibility. Iron Man's suit provides flight, super strength, and weapons, making him a formidable hero. Stark's intellect allows him to upgrade his armor to meet any challenge. His story blends human flaws with heroic determination, giving depth to his character. Iron Man became a symbol of innovation, courage, and accountability. Tales of Suspense #39 remains a landmark issue shaping Marvel's technological heroes. Strange Tales. Bum 110 introduced Dr. Stephen Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, marking his debut. Released on July 1st, 1963, the issue was written by Stan Lee with art by Steve Ditko and Dick Ayers. The story shows Strange exploring the dream realm and becoming master of the mystic arts. This comic brought magic and mysticism to the Marvel Universe. It expanded stories beyond traditional superheroes and introduced supernatural elements explored in later comics. Doctor Strange uses powerful magic, including teleportation, energy manipulation, and spellcasting, making him a top-tier hero. His mastery of the mystic arts lets him defend Earth from mystical and interdimensional threats. Strange's journey blends human vulnerability with immense magical power, adding depth to his character. He became a symbol of wisdom, courage, and limitless potential. Strange Tales. 110 remains a key issue in Marvel's development of the supernatural. X-Men #1 introduced the first team of mutants: Cyclops, Jean Grey as Marvel Girl, Hank McCoy as Beast, Warren Worthington as Angel, and Bobby Drake as Iceman, led by Professor Charles Xavier. Released on September 2nd, 1963, the issue was written by Stan Lee with art by Jack Kirby. In their debut, they face Magneto, setting the stage for the conflict. This comic introduced mutants as a metaphor for social issues like prejudice. X-Men #1 launched one of Marvel's most influential franchises. The X-Men each have unique powers. Cyclops emits optic blasts, Jean Grey has telekinesis, Beast has super strength, Angel can fly, and Iceman controls ice. Their teamwork allows them to face threats beyond humans. Professor Xavier guides them with wisdom, teaching ethical use of their abilities. The series combined action with social commentary, shaping future Marvel stories. X-Men #1 remains a landmark issue defining the mutant universe. The Avengers #1 introduced the formation of the Avengers, featuring Thor, Iron Man, the Hulk, Ant-Man, and the Wasp. Released on September 1, 1963, the issue was written by Stan Lee with art by Jack Kirby. The heroes unite to face Loki, and the Wasp suggests the name Avengers, showing the need to combine forces against threats none could face alone. This comic established Marvel's first superhero team. Avengers #1 laid the groundwork for future epic storylines and team adventures. The Avengers each have unique abilities. Thor wields Mjolnir and godlike strength. Iron Man has advanced armor. Hulk possesses immense power. Ant-Man can shrink and communicate with insects. And the Wasp can fly and fire bioelectric blasts. Their teamwork lets them tackle challenges no single hero could handle. The comic introduced team dynamics and strategy, influencing future Marvel stories. Avengers #1 remains a key issue defining superhero teams in comics. That's a wrap on the 10 most important Marvel comics that shaped the universe we know today. From Spider-Man's debut to the formation of the Avengers, each issue left a lasting mark on pop culture. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more comic content. Share your favorite comic from the list or one you think should have been included below.